Hello and welcome dear students of standard 10th. Today once again I am here to discuss with you the chapter number 1, the historiography, the development in the West, the last few topics. These few topics are going to get information. We are going to discuss, we are going to focus on the women historians and one more prominent historian and archaeologist, Michael Foucault. Thereafter, we will be seeing few of the questions of the objective type, I'm sure, which will be helpful for ntse examinations point of view. So, dear students, please stay with us till the end of our video. See it carefully, and at the end, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So now let us switch on to our main topic, and that is the feminist historiography. In historiography, the development in the West. Dear students, as we are also the part and parcel of our society, we know that for a very long time in the past, that there are certain sections of the society which have a secondary citizen's role in the society, especially the classes and caste which are regarded as backwards, the Adivasis, the tribals, and the major section of the society were women who actually were not given their due rights in the past. Gradually, as the time changed, as women also had education, when they had realized their independent status. So, obviously, before the 20th century, the history was written, viewed and understood from a male point of view of the mains. So, obviously, the other better part of the half, which was not viewed, actually the questions of the women, their trials and tribulations, their secondary role in the society was never discussed. And that was why in the 20th century, there was an important European historian whose name was Simon de Beauvoir. Simon de Beauvoir was the major woman historian, lady historian, who has shifted the focus of viewing the history, viewing the events in the past from the woman's point of view, from her eyes, through her problems. And obviously, then a remarkable movement in the historiography started, that the historiography came to be written from the woman's point of view. And here, the problems which were discussed, which were focused in the history which was written by the feminist historiography. Feminist means the woman, the female historians. The problems which were discussed were women's employment, their role in the trade unions. You know, as Europe had gone, the industrialization. So obviously, to earn for the families, women also had lifted a greater share of contribution by their own labor and work. So naturally, what was discussed, that their employment, their role in the trade union as the workers were there. So obviously, there were some activists, social activists, the trade union activists, who played major role in trade unions of the laborers. Also, the women's life in general and in particular, their own problems, their place and position in the family, everything came to be discussed in the historiography which came to be called as Feminist Historiography. After 1990, you will find that women earned their independent status. So they came to be identified as an independent human being and not a secondary part of a male person who assisted her in the family or outside in the social life. So here after 1990, women came to be portrayed independent. So this is all information we had about the historiography, which created history actually when it came to be written by the feminists, that is female historians. Dear students, now let us take a quick recap of Michael Foucault, another prominent historian of the 20th century, and actually it was he who has brought a radical and fundamental change in the thinking of treating historiography from the archaeological point of view. He was an expert archaeologist too. So the famous book that he wrote was Archaeology of Knowledge. And what he stated actually, his philosophy of looking at the historiography was that he said that only arranging the historical event in the chronological order and so as to reach to the historical truth should not be and cannot be the only aim of historical research and writing historical narratives. He said actually archaeology which strives to throw light on various transitions. As you are aware that the human societies marked changes into their developmental phases. It had never been similar. As the technological and the industrial modernization and the development came into the life of the human beings, their life changed. They changed their trading, their mercantile business, their social life, and everything came to be changed. So what Michael Foucault said, that the aim of his writing historiography or the aim of the archaeology should be to show the transitions that human societies have acquired over a period of time. This is a new aspect, a new point of view has been brought to the writing of history. And what he tried, you say, actually, he brought many new aspects of the human life into the limelight, and he wrote remarkable narratives into historiography. What he said, that he wrote mainly on the prison administration of the recent eras. He also talked about the psychological disorders which came to be witnessed in the human being, which was a new aspect. He also talked about the medicine, and so many new aspects, you see, were brought to the forefront by Michael Foucault. That was why he was regarded as a most prominent historian and archaeologist. So dear students, this is a quick information, a quick review of two major jhana, that is the movement which brought changes into the writing of historiography. They were feminist historiography and a person, a historian, a scholar whose name was Michael Foucault. We will be now seeing some important questions which will be helpful for you to strike a good success at ntse examination. So please be with us. So now we will see few of the questions which are surely helpful for you for the preparation of the section of social studies for most crucial ntse examinations. The first one for you is, name the famous treatise written by Karl Marx. See the options. Options are Archaeology of Knowledge, Das Kapital, The Secret of the World History, and reason in history. So these are the 4 options, 4 different research papers, books which were written by renowned historians of the Western world. We have to find out which is the right options, which is applicable to Karl Marx writing research paper. And this is Das Kapital. Das Kapital is the treatise, that is the research paper that is submitted to the German university, which later became very popular and had a very great influence on the Russian Revolution, as you all know. Second question. According to Karl Marx, dash leads to class struggle. Actually, his entire ideology, philosophy of making research in historiography was that he said that human history is the history of class struggle. The struggle between the haves and haves not, the masters and the servants, etc., etc. So, let us find out what leads to the class struggle. Supremacy of a class, inequality, famine, and royal intervention. So these 4 options we have in front of us, and the right option is what Karl Marx said, inequality leads to class struggle. So our option is option number 2, inequality. Question number 3, dash was the factor of research of Annal School. So you all are aware, Annal School, it is a distinct school which is rather different than other philosophical writings in history. In the histories, those were written earlier, their main focus, as you know, were the kings and the diplomats and the great politicians, warriors and wars. Annal schools, factor of research, we have to search from these 4 options, whether it is diplomacy, whether it is war, whether it is local people, or the option number 4 is king. So which of the 4 is the factor of research of the Annal School? Yes, you guessed it right. It is option number 3. Local school is the option. Sorry, local people. Local people is the option. Because what Annal School said, that the local people, the climatic changes, the trade, the commerce, the industrial revolution should be the focus of attention of all historians, right? So option number 3, local people, is the correct option for question number 3. Question number 4, Annal School was a new historiographical research which began in dash. Now we have to find from 4 options given, it began where? Whether in France, Germany, Russia or England. Dear students, answer is France. It began in France. Number 5, which of the following was not the topics of research by Foucault, that is Michael Foucault? See the options given, historical truth, medicine, psychological disorder and reason. As you know, Michael Foucault was a great critic of the point of focus of the earlier historians who focused on the chronologically arranging the historical events and then reaching to the historical truth. What he said, that important is medicine, psychological disorders among the societies, among the people and the prison. So what was not the topic of research by Michael Foucault was historical truth. So our answer is number 1 is the answer. Dear students, this is what today I have for you. I thank you so much for being with us till the end of the video. I'm sure you must have liked the video. So like it, share it with your friends, and also if you have forgotten so far to subscribe our channel, so please do it so that the notifications of our newest videos will reach to you without any intervention. So till we meet again in the next video, I wish you all a good luck.